Well, what is up everybody, and welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. Now in this YouTube video, this is gonna be kind of a different video than I would do usually. Today we are gonna be talking about a couple of cars that are being discontinued or have already been discontinued. And I know a lot of people are gonna be sad about some of these cars, and honestly, I'm kind of sad that some of these cars are leaving the market. But at least they made a lot of them, so there's still a chance that eventually you could own one of these cars. Well, some of these cars. Other cars did not do good at all. And you'll hear my opinion on those cars for sure. But before we get into the video, if you do like the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and comment in the description what car you missed that has gotten discontinued. What car do you miss the most now that it's discontinued, and how do you feel about it being discontinued? But also leave suggestions in the comments, that way I know what to do for a future YouTube video. It really helps me a lot because it's kind of hard trying to find some role plays and stuff to do. But anyways, let's get right into the video. Now for the first car, it is going to be the BMW 2 Series convertible. This car apparently arrived for only 2022, and it's still possible to have an open-topped variant returns to the second series lineup in the future, but there won't be one for 2022 year model. So this one was discontinued. Then we have the BMW M2. So that was also discontinued. We have the BMW i3. This thing I'm so glad was discontinued. I think this was the ugliest electric vehicle that could have ever hit the market, especially for BMW. I don't know what BMW was thinking. I don't know what the designers were thinking. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. I don't know why anyone would voluntarily work in a factory and build something like this. I mean, this car is just atrocious. This car is bad. And the range wasn't even that much, and it still took gasoline. Believe it or not, this car has a trim. I don't know how many are out there, but this car has a variant where it's electric and gas. Basically, it has about 200 miles range overall, but a 200 or 126 miles of only electricity, and then gas kind of gets you the rest of the way with the 200-mile range. But that's kind of weird how they have an electric car with the gas car in one. And this car, I don't know who thought this was a good idea. I don't know who in their right mind went,
This car looks pretty nice.
this car looks beautiful. No, this car is
Ugly.
and when I say ugly, I mean, in my opinion, it is
Ugly.
Now, here's a sad day for a lot of people, but there's also a little bit of good news. So the Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. So this thing has 760, no, it doesn't. Hold on. This thing has 710 horsepower, supercharged with a 6.2 liter V8. This thing is being discontinued, but don't worry, the 450 horsepower V8 Durango is still gonna stick around, and it still remains the most powerful SUV, three-row SUV for 2022. So there's a little bit of bad news and a little bit of good news. I mean, if you still have the money and you really wanted to, you could get a different engine or whatever you need to do, and you can make the horsepower go up easily. But anyways, next to the next card that's also kind of sad, we have the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT and Trackhawk. So both the SRT and Trackhawk are discontinued. I'm not sure. It says that it has a small possibility of coming back in the future, but for right now, they're not going to be sold. and are being discontinued. It seems like a lot of the Durangos, like the SRTs and Trackhawks, are not coming back. But yeah, that's kind of a sad day for everyone, I guess. Here's another ugly car that I'm glad is not being made anymore. It is the Honda Clarity. This thing was discontinued in 2020. So it's been discontinued for a little, but hey, why not add it to the list? Am I right? Apparently, okay, so I think this thing was made in 2022. I think they tried again, and then they discontinued it. But apparently Honda's plan is to sell one battery electric and hydrogen vehicles by 2040. So all their vehicles will be electric and or hydrogen by 2040, which is, I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess.
Just don't make the vehicles ugly.
So another car that's being discontinued is the Mazda CX-3. So I guess they started building these things in 2015, and I think they were discontinued in 2022. And that is I kind of like these cars, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm kind of sad that this one's going away, but, you know, they said that it might return, or they might come out with a bigger, I guess, a bigger upgrade or whatever, but apparently this thing had a lot of problems. It had, very big faults, like apparently crash test was showing that it was unsafe, less cargo space. In fact, cargo space is smaller than a normal sedan, than its smallest sedan. So that's kind of not fit for a family, even though it's a SUV. So, you know, it's whatever. The Mazda 6 is also going off sale. Apparently the Hyundai Sonata is doing better than this thing. But this one, it's kind of sad that it's going out of discontinuement, or it is going into discontinuement. The McLaren Elva, I think is how you say it, is also going discontinued. It's being discontinued. It looks like 2021 was the year that it was discontinued, which I'm not really sure how many units they sold, but I guarantee you they probably did not sell many. Not saying that the car is ugly, I just don't think a lot of people are going to be interested in a car that looks like that. This one is a sad one. Usually I don't like Mercedes, but here's a Mercedes AMG A35. This one was discontinued in 2021, and it's most likely never coming back. But the Mercedes AMG CLA 35 continues on. So that Mercedes AMG CLA 35 is gonna continue, and it's similar to the A35. So, I mean, that's okay, as long as there's a car that looks like this one. I'm not saying that I'll ever get a Mercedes, but if I were to ever end up getting Mercedes, this is a Mercedes I would definitely get. Alrighty, so it looks like Mercedes is discontinuing, or has discontinued. Yeah, 2022 is when this thing was discontinued, is the Mercedes AMG CLS 53. This was discontinued. It kind of looks like the A35 that we just talked about. Mercedes AMG GT Coupe and Roadster have also been discontinued. It looks like they're getting rid of a lot of AMGs and Coupes and Roadsters. Mercedes lately has been getting rid of a lot of those. Subaru WRX STI is discontinued for 2022. But there's a WRX that is coming in 2023. It's probably already available, which is supposed to be more powerful with 300 horsepower. There's likely going to be a variant of a turbocharged 2.4 liter flat 4 that will hopefully be better than this. So, Yeah. And then here are some honorable mentions of some cars that are being discontinued, like some of the Ford GTs, Acura NSX, the Kia Stinger X, Dodge Charger and Challenger, and Honda Insight. Those 5 cars are also being discontinued, and all those cars were being discontinued in 2022. Now I'm not sure if any of these companies are making a new like version or variant of these cars, but yeah. Well, y'all, I just went over about 25, 26 cars, I think. Went over them. Some of them are kind of sad. I think the one that I'm so glad is leaving is the i3 BMW. I don't understand who decided to make that. But yeah, if you did like the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Sorry that I was a little bit stumbling over my words. I was kind of reading, but also trying to make sentences at the same time. And it doesn't usually go well for me sometimes. But anyways, I hope you'll have a great day. I'll see y'all in the next video, and goodbye.